Hey guys, it's me Maro, and now that it's spooky month, it's time to finally bring out all the spooks, such as seeing the amount due on your student loans. I expect when it's my time to come, it will truly be horrifying. I still need to get accepted into a college. How does this relate to a monkey? Well hey, since I don't need to deal with that right now, how about I just be very responsible with my money and totally not spend $50 on an ape? That sounded better in the script. I'm sorry. This review was originally going to come out before my birthday, but I kind of forgot to write a script for this, so I guess now is an appropriate time to do so. Basically, for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the one and the only, the Hiya Toys Kong from Godzilla vs. Kong. Actually, it's pronounced Hiya. Shut the fuck up. Now, before we get into the actual review, I bet at least 4 of you, maybe 5, are probably wondering who Kong is. I guess I'll explain it. This version of Kong comes from the movie Godzilla vs. Kong, a movie that came out nearly 4 years ago. Jesus fucking Christ. In a way, he was the main protagonist in the film, and died to Godzilla. Hey, he at least killed Mechagodzilla, so that's something. Kong in the movie was pretty awesome. He's a character that you can kinda relate to due to how human they made him in the movie. Huh. Maybe it's because he's a monkey. I really liked his character development in the movie, some new weapons and fighting styles, and most importantly, his design. I was already a huge fan of the Kong Skull Island design, so to see this more older and wiser looking Kong was really cool. Man, I really wonder how many cool figures there are of him. Well, there's only 2. And it's hard to tell if this guy even counts as Kong. So now with that bit of background out of the way, it's time for the one and the only thing that you guys are all looking forward to. It's the box, right? Yeah. Wait, what? What'd you think I was gonna say? What? No, you're gonna have to wait for the figure. The box for Kong is pretty nice. I like the orange and blue color choice to match the color scheme of the film, and all the images of Kong all around it look pretty cool. Although, I do kind of wish they took a little bit more creative liberties with this, because compared to something like this, it looks a bit simplified. However, I'm still pretty happy with it. Okay, now we can get on to the actual figure, okay? I couldn't forget the box, like the Godzilla review, okay? I probably said this in the previous review, but you get my point. So already looking at this figure, it looks pretty accurate to the film. Not really 100% accurate, but pretty close. I think the only noticeable thing is that maybe the beard could be a bit larger, but it was fixed with the Godzilla X Kong figure, so that's pretty cool. The arms, the legs, and the body do look pretty good. Although they could have emphasized his ass a little bit more, but it's alright. So sculpt-wise, I'm pretty happy. Same with the paint. It's got the same gradient as Godzilla, but having a little bit different shades of brown and black, I guess. Wait. Different shades of black? Wouldn't that be gray? Color conspiracies aside, the paint on this figure looks pretty good. The paint also seems pretty durable too. Nothing on my figure has chipped or anything like that, so that's good. Even when posing him around, there's no hints of chipping at all. Speaking of which, let's look at the articulation. The head is on a ball joint so it can look up, not really down, and do a full 360. The shoulder is on a hinge joint so it can move out pretty far, but not down a whole lot. That is a pretty major issue, and I'll go over why in a second. The bicep can swivel, the elbow is on a double bend, and the hand is on a ball joint. The body is on a ball joint, so you can look up, down, left, right, all around. It's a ball joint. A leg is on a ball joint, and a pretty good one at that. A double bend at the knee, and finally a ball joint at the foot. So overall, the posability on this figure is pretty good. However, those shoulder joints can actually go to hell. Because the shoulders don't go down farther than this, Kong looks like he's always doing an awkward T-pose, which really sucks. Thankfully though, the new Godzilla X Kong figure seems to fix this issue, so that's good. I'm glad that he is actually listening to their fans. Other than that joint though, the rest of the articulation is pretty good. I'd say my only other gripe is that the head can't really look down due to the sculpt of the body and the joints, so that sucks. But the GXK figure fixes that issue. Overall, I give the articulation a, I probably should have given the box a ranking. I'll tally the points later on. So yeah, articulation is not bad. Can be better, but could also be worse. Well, hopefully we can lighten the mood a bit by looking at the various accessories the figure comes with. Unlike the Godzilla figure, the Kong figure actually comes with a couple of things. First, we got 2 extra faces. Besides the normal face, we got a snarling face and then a roaring face. Both have amazing sculpting and painting on them. I personally like the snarling head the best. All you gotta do is pop the head off, and then pop this newer head's, and this head attachment sucks. But the Kong, it is possible to get the heads on, and it might just be my copy of the figure, but it's really hard to do. Let me know if you have the same issue with your figures if you have it. When you get it on though, it has the same amount of articulation as the normal head, so that's good. Next set of accessories are these extra pairs of hands. Besides these normal hands, you got fists, knuckled hands, and holding hands. These holding hands can be used for his final accessory, that being the battle axe. The axe is sculpted pretty nicely, and the paint for the most part is pretty good. However, the paint on the actual blade part is a bit underwhelming. It would have been cool if it had a glowing effect to it, because you can do that with paint, but for now it's okay, I guess. In order to get the hand on, you actually have to separate the blade from the handle, and then stick it in the hand, and then, plug it back in. Don't try to force it on with both pieces together, because you might accidentally chip the handle, so just separate it. And once you got it in, that looks awesome. Now looking at the axe, I'm not really bothered by the paint on the blade all that much, but whatever. Overall, Kong's accessories here are pretty good. I think for the movie he was in and what he did, you get basically everything you need, so that's really cool. Now it's time to compare this monkey to some other figures. Here he is next to the Neander's Nendroid, the Hammond Collection Giga, the Robot Spirits AV Unit 1, and finally, here he is next to the Hiya Toys Godzilla 2019. Actually, it's pronounced. Both of these guys look awesome together, and overall look pretty accurate with their sizes, so that's really good. Now it's time to talk about the price, and shock. Just like Godzilla, he's $50. Yep. Just 50. Holy shit! Okay, overreaction aside, $50 for this figure is fucking awesome. I mean, this figure is pretty accurate to the film, comes with a couple accessories, and overall holds up pretty well. So for it to only cost $50 is amazing. Although the Godzilla X Kong figure one is the same price, so maybe. So overall, my thoughts on this figure should be pretty obvious. I love this figure. Godzilla on my shelf has been looking a little lonely, but as soon as I saw this guy available on Amazon, I didn't waste any time and got him right away. And overall, I'm pretty happy with my purchase. The figure does have some issues, my main one being the arms, but other than that, the figure still holds up pretty well. I've hinted and teased in this video that the Godzilla X Kong figure is better overall, fixing issues the figure had originally, while still being the same price. So for me, I'd definitely say wait for that figure to come out, but if you want a Kong figure now, then definitely pick this guy up. Because, to be fair, the GXK one comes out next year, so you'd have to wait a little while for it, so yeah. Oh, right, I actually have to calculate the total number of points this figure gets. Well, after looking at it, the Hiya Toys Kong gets a solid 7.5 out of 10. Definitely could be better, but still a great figure to add to your collection. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm sorry for the lack of content recently. School's been kinda rough a little bit, and I'm still filming for episode 5 of the Avas. However, I do have a planned date to release the episode if all goes according to plan, and that is sometime late December, so stay tuned for that. I have a schedule now, so I gotta pick up the pace. Until then though, thank you all for watching and sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.